Application Coffee Shop LLC doing business as Upper West, Kimberly Courtney manager has applied for a new all alcoholic beverages as a restaurant license at 1001 Mass Ave, basement level. Proposed hours of operation are 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday and 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday. Proposed seating capacity is 20.
Good evening. Could you please state your name for the record and spelling your last name, please?
Kimberly Courtney, C-O-U-R-T-N-E-Y.
Xavier Dietrich, D-I-E-D-R-I-C-H.
Your relationship with the applicant is?
Co-owner.
Can you tell us what your plan is?
Yes, so the location is 1001 Mass Ave, which is the old Orson Welles Theater building. I'm sure you're familiar. This space is located on the basement level, where Looney Tunes Records was not too long ago. It's a pretty small space, just over 1,000 square feet. We're planning on 20 seats, and we're currently under construction on the space. We have done some due diligence looking for a license to purchase, haven't found one available to our knowledge. And from what I see of the history of sales, most likely it would be possibly limited for us to purchase. Our concept is charcuterie, cheese, and small plates at reasonable prices. And we plan to make everything we can in-house and focus on local products. We have the space designed out with mostly bar seating, which we believe will foster more community interaction. So it's sort of modeled after a European style bar, where they're open from morning till the evening. You go in there for breakfast and you interact with your neighbors. So we're trying to foster a community environment. We also are planning to have a large number of events, cooking classes, food and wine, spirits, beer tastings, and a lot of networking and social events. So we're hoping to really make this a nice space for the community.
So the events will be within the time period that you're specifying of hours of operation?
Yes, and the space will be open to the public during those times. So anyone is welcome to attend most of these. For example, if there's a wine tasting and there are 10 people attending the wine tasting, most likely it would be in one section of the bar that would be sectioned off, and the rest of the space would be open. And anyone can participate if they want to sign up for that. I also run a group called Food Biz Network, which Xavier and I started last year, which has been quite interesting and successful. We have just over 200 members. And this is focused on local food entrepreneurs, and we provide educational and networking events for them for free. And it's been a really wonderful experience. We've met so many fantastic people in the local food community, and we're hoping that Upper West will be a hub for those activities. So I'll tell you a little bit about our backgrounds. Xavier and I both live in Cambridge. We live a few blocks from the space. So we spend most of our time in the Harvard Square area. We both are TIPS and ServSafe alcohol certified. I also have the food manager ServSafe certification, allergen awareness, and I took it upon myself to do a crowd manager training. Even though we're very small, we are in the basement level, and I wanted to go ahead and do that training. I have been in the restaurant industry for 7 years, with 2 of those years as a bar manager at a very large bar in Washington, D.C. called Blue Roofs. This bar is now closed, but it was the largest bar in Washington, D.C. with over 800 capacity, so it was a very large. It had a dance floor, 3 bars. It was open for 30 years, so it was a historic place.
The liquor license was in your name?
No. I was an assistant bar manager, and I handled, I was responsible for one of the 3 bars in the space.
Is that up in the DuPont area?
Yes, close to it. I went to undergrad at George Washington, so I was in DC at the time. So let's see what else. So at that time, I was obviously handling training new staff with ID, checking policies, handling inventory, stocking, deliveries. And as I said, I oversaw one of the 3 bars at that time. I also happened to be an attorney. I've been a licensed attorney for 11 years. And I left the practice of law in 2009 to pursue my interest in food, and attended culinary school briefly. And then I was offered a training position at a restaurant called West with Tom Valenti, a very highly regarded chef, and decided to leave culinary school to train with him, so I trained with him for 6 months. This was a really incredible experience. I've spent a lot of time in Europe, and this space is really modeled after the time I've spent in Spain and Italy and France. We're going to have Joshua Smith is a local maker of charcuterie products. He's, to my knowledge, the first HACCP certified person in Massachusetts making cured meats. So I'm very excited to work with him to provide us with a lot of our charcuterie. We will be importing some of it, but for the most part, we want to try and have everything as local as possible. So I'm aware of the criteria for the license, and we certainly feel that there's a need in this location for a new license. This building has been empty, for the most part, for a very long time. Our space has been empty for 3 years, and much of the building has been vacant. It's just now being rejuvenated, which is fantastic. And I think all of the new businesses in the building are very excited to see all the spaces getting filled up. It's a very positive thing. We live in the neighborhood, and we're also very excited to see that happen. We also think, from what we hear from the businesses near us, they sound very positive about the idea of having this block used more as a destination space. So we would have now 3 restaurants on that block, and then also Simon's Coffee. So this allows residents to come to a location where they have more than one option, which is a very positive thing for business. The Indian restaurant above us, Harvest of India, they're very excited about us, and they continuously ask us about our progress and come check on our construction, and they've been very kind. And they're very much looking forward to us opening because they feel that we will help their business, which I think is very true. In terms of the potential harm to the neighborhood, I don't see any potential for that. We're very small. The music, if we're playing music or a television, it would be below conversation level, so you should not be able to hear that from the sidewalk or from any of others. In terms of overwhelming support, we've been really amazed with the support we've had from the community. Everyone has been incredibly positive. We have 22 letters from Cambridge residents in support of us, and we have 532 signatures on our petition, as well as numerous local businesses that we've spoken to that have been very positive about us. We have the support of the Harvard Square Business Association, and also I've spoken with Robin Lapidus at the Central Square Business Association, just since we're kind of right on the cusp in between, and she was also very excited about our concept. So we definitely have a lot of great support and had a lot of incredible comments asking for certain types of events and certain types of products. So it's been really incredible. We have discussed our alcohol policies, and in terms of underage drinking, I know the 2 primary concerns are underage drinking and over-serving. In terms of underage drinking, we will make sure that all of our staff are 21 proof and TIPS trained. We will also have our own internal policies that we will go over with them and train them internally. We will instruct them to card anyone who looks 40 years old or younger. We've decided not to accept the general Massachusetts ID cards and require the liquor ID instead of that. Those are a little bit easier to obtain. Oh yes, of course, we'll have the ID checking manual always present. And in terms of over-serving, we are very strict on our measuring policies. Every alcohol will be measuring, including wine, beer, and spirits. It also is, a good business decision in terms of consistency. We're going to have the checks in front of each patron so that the bartender can very easily count how many drinks each individual has had. And I don't expect people to drink shots at our restaurant, but if they do want to do shots, we limit that to 1 per hour. So we'll limit the shots to 1 per hour. I don't know if you have my updated resume there. I'll have an extra copy if you don't have that.
That's it. So let me ask this, in reviewing the file, I noticed that your lease states that it's a wine bar. Why do you feel like you need an all alcohol license?
Well, spirits are a very important combination of food, and we do have a lot of people who have requested spirits in addition to beer and wine. We have a lot of events planned, and we do not want to exclude the possibility, the business options of having events that might, for example, have a whiskey tasting, or just a general event that might be, a party for someone, and they might want to have liquor there. Wine is quite limiting, considering also our surrounding competitors that all have a full liquor license. So I think that it would be very important for us to have all alcohol.
Do you know if Indian Harvesters have today before?
So you're gonna build the kitchen area, you're just gonna do a cooking there and
Yes, so the kitchen that we are building is actually very simple. It's about the most simple you can build. We're not doing any gas cooking. We are actually doing very little prepared foods, since the focus is really on charcuterie and cheese. For the most part, most of it will be already prepared and just needs to be plated. So we will have an electric convection oven. I've run everything by fire and health. And I think that our kitchen will function quite well, but it will be simple. So we don't have a ventilation system. We're doing it very minimal. And we do actually have fire suppression. We have sprinklers already in the office. And we are adding smoke detectors and everything else, all the cool downs.
so pretty much this is gonna be a retrofit of the area.
Yes.
And you're looking for a 2 a.m. license for Thursday through Saturday?
Correct.
Lisa, we don't have any 2 a.m. licenses, do we?
Not in that area.
Well, the 3 businesses the closest to us are the Cellar, the Flowering Stars, and the People's Republic, which I believe that all 3 of those have 2 a.m. license.
Sellers 11 a.m.
But
11 p.m.
we stop there, huh? Sellers is also, they have a 4 Valley license, correct?
Yes, they do. And there are several licenses for sale as well.
So you said you made an earnest attempt to purchase a license, is it more because you can't afford it, is your business plan, you can't buy one, or you just couldn't find an offer that?
At the time, I did not find any available. I believe it goes by zones, right? We're in area 2. You can move them.
Okay.
But the ones that I have seen, I think there's one in Central Square for 800,000. There's another one I saw over 300,000. Those numbers are just unattainable for us. It would be prohibitively expensive for us. My understanding is that this type of no-value license is created for our type of business, a small business run by the individuals. We don't have big investors behind us. This is our endeavor that we're doing on our own, and we're very passionate about it. And we think that having an alcohol license will, it's critical to our concept.
I think for me, my concern, and I can only speak for myself, my concern would be putting a no-value license next to someone who has probably paid a lot of money for their license and essentially devaluing their license.
I believe that Harvest of India was issued a no-value license in 2011. They're just above us. I'm not sure what happened to that license. I don't know if they still have it, but I know that they were actually,
Maybe beer and wine.
I believe that they were their wine.
There's a difference between all alcohol and beer and wine.
Right.
There are a number of beer and wine.
Right.
Have you operated your own business before?
Yes, not in the restaurant business, but yes.
But not a restaurant?
Right. But I have worked in many restaurants, in both the front and the back of the house.
So you haven't owned one before?
Not a restaurant.
Have you ever held an alcohol license in your name before?
So do you believe your business model would not survive without a full alcohol license?
I believe so. We're really focused on business networking and social events, and I think that it would just limit them to the point where we might, it would just be incredibly limiting for that. Right now, we're holding most of our events at Grafton Street. It's been very welcoming and positive and wonderful, but they do have a full license.
So how does that work in terms of your lease that even notes that it's a cafe wine bar?
I believe that our lease is very broad. It says more than that, does it not?
The section that I'm looking at says the premises will be used for a cafe, wine bar, and or co-working and business development service.
Right, right. So we focused on the co-working and business development as well. It's a really big focus. So, correct. I mean, our owner is aware that we're seeking a full alcohol license. I'd be happy to get a letter from him if you're concerned about that aspect.
So this, your LLC is coffee shop?
Coffee Shop LLC, we were originally going to call it Coffee Shop.
They serve alcohol?
Yes. Well, it's a coffee shop that's a sort of a European style coffee bar by day, wine bar, food establishment by night. That's the concept. We decided to go with Upper West.
Do Do we have any members of the public that wish to be heard on this matter? We're going to go ahead and take other testimony, and then we'll probably have follow-up questions for you.
Great, thank you.
Do you want to come forward first?
Sure. Hi.
Hi. You
My
can
name
state
is-
your name for the
I'm
record.
Sidney DiPolo. I'm at 21 Fayette Street in Cambridge.
Spell your last name.
D-E-P-A-U-L-O. Currently, I'm a realtor here in Cambridge, Mass Ave. Also a former assessor in the city of Somerville, and I'm also a taxpayer here. As a former assessor, I've seen what bars will do to property values. It's a detriment. It's never a good thing to the surrounding neighborhood and property owners. As a realtor, I've also seen the negative impact on values of properties in the area. But most importantly, as a parent, I lived in Davis Square for many years, and I've seen what's happening. I still see what's happening there. There are bars opening up everywhere. And you hear stories about people rolling out of bars, being loud, causing trouble. I don't want to raise my daughter in this neighborhood with that happening here. You know, as a concerned taxpayer, resident, I oppose this. Thank you.
Thank you. Denise, did you want to speak?
Eventually.
Okay.
Thank you.
You know what, I'm going to ask if you guys could probably just move back there for right now, at least that way I can have everyone's moment. Thank you. Hi, please have a seat, state your name for the record, spelling your last name, please. And if you could please speak up.
My name is Attorney Lisa Siegel Belanger, S-I-E-G-E-L, Belanger, B-E-L-A-N-G-E-R. I've been retained as counsel for a few abutters, residential and business. And I've been asked to represent their objections to having this license be granted. I'd like to be able to, I've made copies to submit some memorandum as to the concerns. The top copy I got last minute, so unfortunately there's one copy of that.
Can you state for the record who you represent, please?
My clients do not wish to have their identities disclosed at this time. Okay. There are a few.
I think she needs 1 second. Are you good?
Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I guess there are substantial concerns that my clients have. I guess the first one that I would like to raise, I understand I tried to obtain a lease prior, but it wasn't available. And from what I've heard now, it says that the lease says that it's wine bar. I guess that the big thing that I'd like to bring out though is that on the application for this particular license, there's nothing stating that that they're looking to become a wine bar. It's all based on being a restaurant with serving lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And nowhere in that application does it reference that. The other representations that I'm concerned about is that Ms. Courtney had represented about having functions there, and she's stated today that the restaurant will be staying open. However, I've provided you a copy of her website pertaining to private functions, where she says that it will be closing, that it could be reserved and that the entire restaurant will be closed. The other issue is this is in a capped zone area, specifically in CAP 2. So basically the standard of whether this license is granted is not per se will it do no harm, but the standard is whether according to regulations, the commission, is that whether this particular business will provide or fulfill an extraordinary need, public need. Based on it being in a cap zone, it's my understanding from the rules and regulations is that the business has to be operating for 6 months before the business can apply for the alcohol license. And from my seeing the premises, there are a lot of concerns in terms of the safety and condition of the premises. There's a lot, and I guess the biggest concern, which you have the photographs, is that there's a chair lift that's right at the bottom of the, at the basement stairs. And definitely, this is an issue as far as with the architectural access for it and accessibility. So my understanding from consulting with experts in the building inspection services is that the chair itself cannot be repaired. As you can see, there's a posting that says it's an unsafe hazard. And so handicapped accessibility would have to be updated to the code now. I'm not sure, whose responsibility that falls under, but it definitely presents a hindrance in having a restaurant be established. Also, I think that there's a big concern as far as goes represented to the building inspection services. The building permit shows that the contractor said that there was no change of use. However, as already discussed tonight, there is a change of use because it was incorrectly selected as a retail. However, in the architectural plans submitted with the application shows that the person who did the designs correctly noted that it's actually an assembly A2, which is completely different set of standards, more rigorous, and a lot of issues pertaining to the safety for the public. So that greatly affects whether the viability of being able to obtain a proper, certificate of inspection. As noted on the application, the occupancy is stated to be 20. According on the sheet from the Board of State Examiners and Plumbers and Gas Fitters, that was the single sheet, I'm sorry. It shows that when there's an occupancy that is less than 19, the unisex bathroom is inapplicable, and that separate bathrooms would be required in addition to the employee bathroom. So there are definitely a lot of concerns as to when, from my understanding from the rules and regulations, in order for the applicant to be given the license, the premises have to be in certifiable, working, safe conditions, which these premises are not. And I think it's the building permit that is posted, and I obtained and I provided a copy. That is also just a for demolition. So they haven't been given the ability to move on and build what they had planned. Also, because of the discrepancy in the change of use, there's a huge concern in terms of, especially with the change of use, as to the ventilation that's required for the kitchen, fire sprinklers, fire suppression that needs to be on there. All that is lacking. And I provided in the memorandum, I provided the specific codes from the IUBC as to, for reference as to the specific requirements. Also, the issue becomes, and as to, I guess there was a question as to really what is the board being asked to have a license for. As I said, on the application presented to this commission, it was a restaurant. And however, in other avenues, it's being represented as a wine bar. What I've done is, just so here's the floor plan that was provided with this application. And based on what the board is the commission is being asked, it was being asked to run a restaurant. As you notice, there are only 2 tables, though, that would be serving meals. And overwhelmingly, there's an oversized bar. And essentially, I guess that is exactly what it appears. It appears from what I've researched and I've seen that in reality, instead of being a restaurant, what you're asking to be approving is really a bar. I understand that she said, with European, but it's also classic with the 99 in a lot of the American bars. Also, and as she stated on her website, she is talking about having wine classes, cheese classes. In fact, she has advertised that she's in fact opening up April 5th.
I didn't get that last part, opening what?
She says she's opening
Oh, okay.
April 5th.
Okay, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
On that same website, this is the description that she uses on Upper West, is Upper West is a small casual wine bar specializing in charcuterie, cheese, and small plates. In support of the local food businesses, we will feature rotating products from small local food businesses. So I suggest that the application that has been asked to be reviewed is not what it is. The fact is that my clients are in the special cap zone, and the very reason for this cap zone, as stated in the rules and regulations, is to protect the public and to protect the established business owners there. It's my understanding there are at least, within that capped area, 8 food and drink establishments. The Plow and Stars, which I believe was established in 1969. We've got the Dolphin, which I believe was established in the 70s. The Cellar is in the early 80s. And then you have India Castle and People's Republic, who approximately 10 years, but their predecessors had the liquor licenses, my understanding dating back at least 50 years. I also believe we have Veritas, the Zoe's, and Sushi Cafe, which have been in existence for several years. These businesses would definitely be affected should another food and drink establishment be allowed. I think it's also